Hi, Professor. Let me explain my topic presentation in order to prepare further my essay. So, my topic is called Freedom of Expression and Freedom of Assembly, Comparative Examples from Uzbekistan, and also studying the new laws. Insulting the president is banned by 2021. So, speaking about introduction, as we know, there has been two presidents in independent Uzbekistan. In the periods of Islam Karimov, where Uzbekistan was highly authoritarian, when it came to the authority of Mirziyoyev, there has been such much more changes in terms of human rights. At the time of Mirziyoyev, he has made several changes. For example, he ordered to release, for example, 28 political prisoners, including 10 journalists, and relaxed certain restrictions on free expression, and publicly spoken on the need to rein in the country's fierce security services, and he helped to end forced labor in the country's cotton fields. He has made, to speak short, he has made several changes, improvements that made happy other international organizations as well, but that we cannot say that it has been really good. There are some changes that keeping Uzbekistan in the blacklist of so many human rights organizations. For example, according to Reporters Without Borders institution, the state since 2016 to 2021, there has been kind of rotative changes. Like in 2016, Uzbekistan was in 166th place, where it was a really poor situation, but in 2020 it was 156, where you can say that Uzbekistan made more positive change. But between 1 year, for example, in 2021, Uzbekistan moved one score backward by gaining 157, which is bad. So if we look in other institution, for example, Freedom House, the Uzbekistan, shown as not free with a score of 10 out of 100 in 2020. That included to access for internet and limiting the content or violating of users' rights. Combining all of them, Uzbekistan gained 28 score, which is called not free. For example, scores are based on scale of least free to most free, from 0 to 100, according to Freedom House statistics. So if we speak about, if we compare Uzbekistan with Central Asian immediate neighbors, Uzbekistan is in the middle, where Uzbekistan is being medium among Central Asian countries. But anyways, this index is not kind of acceptable for many people, for population of Uzbekistan as well. So, and freedom of expression, freedom in the reports were seen several aspects. For example, an opportunity to seek, obtain, and distribute information regardless of boundaries, including on the internet, and the level of media pluralism, and tolerance to a variety of manifestations of the freedom of expression, and admissible criteria of the rhetoric of hate according to the local laws and contents, and available restrictions of the right of the freedom of expression. As we mentioned, that Uzbekistan gained 2 points from one institution, which means this 2 point is as it says that freedom of expression is secured in legislation. Access to information is limited via various mechanisms, and including countering dissent. Citizens rarely express their opinion on political issues. Detentions and arrests for expression of opinions are practiced. And what kind of additional new laws are accepted prohibiting freedom of expression and speech? For example, one amendment we can say is the amendment relating to the online public insult or defamation of the president. The Article 158, Part 3 of the Criminal Code, convictions can carry up to 5 years in prison, 3 years of correctional labor, or 2 to 5 years of restricted freedom, during which the subject may be barred from traveling or working in certain professions. These amendments introduce prison sentences for crimes including insulting or defaming the president online, making online calls for mass disturbances, and make it an offense to publish statements online that urge people to violate the law and threaten public order or show disrespect to the state. In the previous version of Criminal Code, that article only covered instances of alleged defamation of the president published in media outlets. Well, another amendment is also really close to the first one, where a new version of Article 201 of the Country's Administrative Code criminalizes public calls to non-fulfillment of or violation of legislative acts creating a threat to public order online or via media outlets, subject to a fine up to 19.6 million Uzbek soons, or in dollars, close to 1,900. And the new article of which is 244 of the Criminal Code relating to public call to mass disturbances and violence against citizens online or via media outlets is punishable by up to 10 years in prison. And next one is also one of the amendments. I would like to speak shorter, so I'm moving to the next presentation. I would like also to speak about freedom of expression and speech during COVID-19 in Uzbekistan. For example, the being accepted norms by state are following. There has been start of digital authoritarianism by the state since the appearance of coronavirus, and second one is control of internet, including bloggers, journalists, media owners, and other, and increased responsibility for the negative comments in the pages of social sites users. And there has been such a case. I added again, not listening to the opinion of people. They don't kind of pay attention where people apply with help. It's also kind of interesting case. And next one is demanding not to spread unreliable information. It is kind of true demand from the state, but others are kind of weird one for me. And by public, what is demanded by public in this period? For example, first one, increased criticizing of government for imprisoning several bloggers. Yes, it's true. I will speak about it in the next presentations as well. and demanding for independent using social sites. Yes, Facebook, YouTube, they are often blocked and censored. Still, for example, once in a month it appears that happens in Uzbekistan, or more than once. Well, application of active layers of people to president to change mayors of most districts and calling to change legal norms, which are seen rights abusing. It's also an interesting situation where people demand, but it's really difficult by the authority to change the regional hakims or mayors, governors, where only president can put them, that people cannot elect them with their voices, personal voices. Only president can with his order can put new governors. So cases that happened during not during COVID-19, but it's always happened during, since Uzbekistan has become independent. For example, Otabek Satari's case. Otabek Satari is a citizen of Uzbekistan, and he's from Surkhandarya region, and he was actually independent blogger, where often criticized the policy of regional hakim, governor, and the president, or let's say owner of state-owned gas company, where so many corrupt practices were found. After his several applies and reports on his blog, on his YouTube Telegram channel, state authority people kind of kept him, just caught him and didn't let him speak freely, which is kind of bad thing. That shows the undemocracy of the country, and now he's in jail and sentenced for 6 to 5 years since the start of 2021. Or Nafasat Ollashkurova, second person who is also outside of Uzbekistan at the moment. He was also active speaker of problems of Uzbekistan and often criticized the Uzbek authority for corruption cases and for several problems where the Uzbek authority played active role. The Nafasat Ollashkurova is now in Ukraine, and when he was first arrested, he was placed in involuntary psychiatric care for 3 months, and due to alleged violations, including petty hooliganism and participating in unauthorized assemblies before fleeing the country. So there are also so many cases we can speak, but it's already 14 minutes, so I think it would be better to conclude, to finish. So there are so many recommendations are being given by international commissions. Let me kind of speak some of them. For example, Human Rights Watch, or Freedom House, or commit to protect journalists, and some other institutions, famous institutions, are asking and as well as demanding from Uzbekistan to finalize, to relax some restrictions from Uzbek government, and to release the journalists, bloggers who are imprisoned without kind of cases which are unimportant. Also, they are demanding to remove all undue restrictions on the rights of people in Uzbekistan, and in order to freely receive and disseminate information. Also, institutions are asking to allow domestic and international media outlets, including those that had previously been forced to stop operating in Uzbekistan, to register and grant accreditation to foreign journalists, streamline and simplify the process by which journalists receive accreditation by individual Uzbek government agencies. So I think it's enough. Well, there are other recommendations as well, but I didn't want to add, as the presentation is full of information. I can include them in my essay, and this is my bibliography. Thank you, Professor.